Joel Embiid got hurt. He goes into this matchup with the Warriors. He's missed the last few games. Obviously, he heard a lot in the media about, just ducking Jokic and not playing in big moments and not playing against good teams. So he played against the Warriors, who are not a good team, and sustained what looks like a new injury to his knee when Jonathan Kuminga diving for a loose ball lands on his knee. It looked painful. Clearly he was hobbled in this game. And I just don't know how to feel about this. If this makes sense, like, should he play hurt? No. Did he get hurt in a freak play? Yes. Are the two necessarily correlated? No. But are they completely separate? Also, no.
So there's two different things here. There's the cumulative injury risk that's like, I'm tired, I do something bad. And then there's the every time I step on the court, something could happen. And there's not like a hard and fast line between the two. But this was the actual injury here was pretty clearly on the floor, people run into each other, thing happened. Now, the fact that he was hobbled, like, I don't think he looked very good, like, physically in this game before then. Like, should he have played to begin with? And this whole saga of the injury last Friday to the Denver game to now, or it was Thursday when he actually got hurt initially. There's a whole lot of different things to break down. Like, there's the injury report shenanigans. There's the pressure based on the sort of the previous matchups. There's the 65 game rule. So I don't know which one of those you want to kind of start to tackle now. But I think we do need to be clear that the injury, the acute injury he suffered was just, you step on the court, that could happen.
Right. Exactly.
Look, he did not look good. He was hobbled on it. He shouldn't have played in this game, if you want my honest opinion. And I'm going to say this, and he was bullied into this game by us. And I mean us, the media, the 65 game rule as well, and all of these things. Like, he played this game when he shouldn't have played this game. Like, let's just be honest about it. Like, yeah. I was pissed and disappointed when it was a late scratch against Jokic. I even messaged you guys. I literally defended him last week, went on a rant and was pissed and was like, damn, But he clearly, when he was on the court in this game, shouldn't have played. He should have been sitting out. And it's the injury was a freak injury. It's something that could happen. Like Seth said, anytime you step on the court, could be any guy, all of that stuff. Take that out. He was hurt before that.
Yeah.
His leg wasn't right. He was going to end up having to sit longer. I mean, we should have sat this game out and gotten his body right in all of these things. And I think this is a massive blow in that, like, he shouldn't have been on the court in this game. And now the Sixers season, we're waiting on an MRI. We don't know when that might come when we're recording, might come afterwards, might be nothing, might be a big thing, might be a bone bruise, who knows, like all of those things. It's going to affect their season and all of this stuff. And I think I didn't mind the 65 game rule, but I didn't think that would solve the problem of load management that the NBA has, because it's an organizational issue and not a player issue. And I think we're seeing it now where it's actually going to cost them, because guys are trying to make sure they play. Look at Tyrese Halliburton.
Well, this is a bit of a birdshot situation, right? As far as the solution. And guys with legitimate injuries are getting pulled into this and wrapped up. I don't think anyone, any fan, anyone in the NBA, anybody who devised the 65 game rule wants to see guys playing hurt. Number one, it's suboptimal product. It's not good to watch. Joel Embiid was not fun to watch last night. As a matter of fact, like, it was a little bit distressing because I know what this guy looks like when he's healthy. I don't want to see him at 60% or whatever he was. So he's kind of getting pulled into this thing. And I think it is, like Seth said, it's a little bit of everything. There's media pressure to play. There is the 65 game rule. Another situation is that your salary is impacted by the awards, and now the awards are impacted by the games played. And so you have the situation with Tyrese Halliburton where he may miss out on $41 million in future earnings. Now, look, I'm not going to sit and shed tears for guys, that are going to make a couple hundred, $500 million. I look, I understand this, but this is actually affecting his livelihood, and he's injured. He's a professional athlete. Like, these things happen. So I think that this summer, I'd love to see, number one, take the money away. Don't tie it to awards. This Apple update with these thumbs up is killing me. So you have to take away the financial part of this that's tied to awards. And if you're going to have the 65 game threshold for awards, that's totally fine. I actually am okay.
I don't think it is. I think it's.
I don't love it, but if that's what you're saying, like, the awards are separate from the money. That I think from a labor perspective, the union should absolutely be pushing to do that. The rest of it is, awards are. I'm not going to say they're fake. They're real. They're given out, but they don't matter. The money does. The other stuff matters. It's not like anyone's being disqualified from playing in the playoffs, right? Like, we all agree that this is a championship. You're going for championships. So if Joel Embiid plays 50 games and he's still eligible for the playoffs, like, that's fine. MVP doesn't matter as much to me.
So I just briefly want to talk about, Mo mentioned that he got one of you two with that he got bullied into playing in this game, and I think there's some of that. I think the Sixers organization bears some culpability for this, because I think he hurts himself. He hurts himself going in. The fact that he didn't show up on the injury report in Denver and then was a late scratch, I think did him a disservice, in that if he's hurt, he's hurt. We saw him get hurt. And it's just like, when it happened, like, I was talking to a friend who was going to be flying into Denver to cover the game, and he was at the previous game, and is like, well, guess he's out. And it was a reasonable, and so they by, like, either by oversight or intentionality, like, not owning up to the severity of that last injury, put additional pressure on him. That, like, this, if he'd have missed the game after getting his knee rolled up in the game previously, like, it's, he hadn't played in Denver again. But at the same time, this is clearly bad luck. Like, this is clear. Like, and instead it's like, will he or won't he? And so it makes it sound like a day-to-day pain tolerance, his choice kind of thing, which I think, based on what we saw of him yesterday, clearly wasn't the case.
That's what they were doing yesterday.
Yeah.
Will he play? Won't he play? Like, it was literally the same situation. Look, Embiid should be on the injury report every game, whether he's fully healthy or not. I get the updates from the Lakers media stuff. LeBron James, questionable, or whatnot, or, each game in that sense, and it's like, okay, so it's like he has that coverage. Seth, you're right in that the organization did a poor job. One, on the optics of it, I think they did a poor job keeping him from that game yesterday. Like, you're genuinely hurt.
And this is the fundamental thing about load management. And sorry for cutting off, Mo, but this is the fundament. It is like, it's always treated as, like, player chooses to sit out, when this is a failure of a team doing what teams have been doing that has caused the load management, is looking at him being like, I know you want to go, but not tonight, big fella. And taking that club out of teams' bags is, it made the optics of it, we're not going to let guys sit out. Well, now the guy has to sit out. Right. And who did we help here by releasing this toothless press release of a rule that it has no effect anyway? Because, like, if a guy plays 64 games, he's not winning anything anyway. Like, right. The voters have been reasonably good about, like, he only played 58 games, so, like, he's great, but we can't.